Do you want to apply for a Canada visitor visa for your parents, sibling or friends? In this video, I will explain the complete step-by-step process to submit a visitor visa application. I will also cover the documents required, common mistakes to avoid, tips to increase your chances of approval, how to create a portal account, the processing time, and the application fee. This video will be detailed as I will walk you through the every point to help you submit your application by yourself without needing an agent. Make sure to watch this video till the end to get the maximum benefit. Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Visa to Voyage. On this channel I share videos about travel, immigration, cost of living in different cities and must visit places around the world. If you're looking for up-to-date, practical and insightful information, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Okay guys, so let's start from here. So we come to the Google and type Canada visitor visa. Now you see the first link as visit Canada. So we are going to click on this link. I will share the link in the description so you can directly come to this page. Now when you come a little bit down here, there is a link called apply for a visitor visa. Now using that page you can also apply to stay longer in Canada if you want to extend your visa, or if you want to apply for the business visa. So there are multiple links, but here we are going to click on apply for a visitor visa. Okay, so on this page guys, you see there are some sections: who needs a visitor visa, who can apply, how to apply. But before coming to this point, we check that there is a link for the checking processing time. Now if you look down, it says the fees, which is $100 to apply for a Canada visitor visa. That is for one applicant. Now first we go to the processing time and click on this page to see the processing time. Now we need to select the application type. So when we click here, we have to select the temporary residence, visiting, studying or working. Now which temporary residence application? We say visitor visa from outside Canada, because we are applying from our home country or any other country other than the Canada. Now we need to select from which country we are applying. It may be our home country or it may be any other country where we are right now. So right now I'm selecting India and it says 17 days. So this processing time may change in the future. It may be less or more. Now let's do another example. If I want to see the processing time if I apply for Canada visitor visa from other countries. So let's take an example for I select China here and see like what would be the processing time if I apply for the visitor visa from China. So when we click on get processing time, it says 22 days. That means if you apply for a visitor visa from China, the processing time is 22 days. Now guys, let's go back. So I have already informed you about the fees, which is $100 per applicant to apply for a visitor visa. Now we just click on how to apply to see the step-by-step process for a visitor visa. So once we click on this link, there would be some question which we need to answer in order to know our eligibility for a visitor visa. So guys, the first question comes, why are you applying for a visitor visa? So there's some option. You want to visit as a tourist, business, to visit your spouse or partner who sponsored you for the PR, for a family visit. Now some more options. So we are going to select for a family visit. Second question comes, what is your family member's status in Canada? So if you're a Canadian citizen, select that option. If you're a PR, then select the Canadian permanent resident. But since if you're a PR guys, now you see the next question, do you plan to visit your children or grandchildren for more than 6 months? Because you can apply for your children or grandchildren for a super visa. That is the reason this question comes. But if you are a work permit, if you are on the work permit, then you do not see the option because you cannot apply for the super visa in case if you are on the work permit. So now we will be selecting the option Canadian PR and then we select no in the next question because we are here to apply only for the visitor visa, which is for less than 6 months at a time. Now we click continue and we see the information coming as gather documents. So now these are the list of documents that you would need to include when you submit your IRCC application guys. How to support your application guys, you would need to provide the proof of relationship document. It may be marriage certificate, passport or a birth certificate. Now as part of the identity document, you can provide the passport. There would be some other document required like the form IMM 5476. So that form is basically optional. So if you are applying for the visitor visa by yourself, you would not need to provide that form. You can just leave this as it is. Now you would need to provide the family information, which is the form IMM 5645, and there's some other documents you may need to provide. You will also need to provide your biometrics. So once you submit your application for the visitor visa, you get a request from the IRCC to give your biometrics. So for that, you actually book appointment with the VAC in your country, and then you go there and give your biometrics and the photo. Okay, now you see there are two options, IRCC Portal and the IRCC Portal new version. So you can use this new version only if you are 18 years of age or older. You are applying alone, like no other person you are applying with have never applied for anything with us before, are not using a representative. So then only you can use this new version. But right now we will go with IRCC Portal. Like we just click on go to IRCC Portal. So in order to register to IRCC Portal, we just click on go to IRCC Portal. Now if you look here, it says we can use to apply for visitor visa as a tourist, as a business, or as a family member. Now there are two options, guys. First is sign in. If you have already registered, then you can use your login details to enter to this portal. Otherwise, we click on the register to IRCC Portal account. Alright, so first of all, you are going to provide your email address under this field, email address, and then you are going to repeat the same under the confirm your email address. Then click on get invitation code. So once you click on this, it will actually create an invitation code which you will be copying to clipboard. So you just click on this button, copy to clipboard, and then click on continue to IRCC Portal sign up page. So once you click on this, it will take you back to the original page. Now here we will be entering the same invitation code which we copied, and then we will be providing the same email address. So once the email address is entered, now here we will be providing the password. Now make sure that password should meet the condition as it mentioned, like it should not be less than 8 character or more than 15 character, and should include a uppercase or lowercase. Now there's some other information, guys, like you need to provide your surname, and then you need to provide your given name. So try to make sure you just give your details here. Next question comes for the telephone number. Now you need to provide your telephone number. So if you're in Canada, give the Canadian phone number. Otherwise you can give the phone number from your home country, and then click on sign up. So once that is done, you need to provide your email address, and then there would be a code sent to your email address, guys. Just enter that code and continue. Now you can try to log in using the email address and the password which you have set up already, and then click on sign in. So once you click on the sign in button, then it just come to the main page. Now you need to click on I accept for the terms and condition. Then you are back in your IRCC Portal account. When you come down here, you will see there is a link for to apply for a visitor visa. So that is the link you are going to apply when you will start your application. So we are just going to simply click on that link, apply for a visitor visa or a transit visa. So once you come to this page, it says apply to visit Canada as a temporary resident. You can just come down and you will see there is a check box where you have to check it, and then it says I acknowledge. So just continue. Now it is asking that do you want to apply for more than one person at a time. Applying for a family, then you say yes. Then the next question comes, what type of group? So you can say family and then give a name to the group. So we can say parent and then save and continue here. So now if you look here, it has created a group. It has the group ID number associated. Now days left to submit 60. That means you have 60 days to submit your application. So here you will see the application status in progress. That means you can continue this application to fill up the information about your primary applicant. Now it will start asking for some question which is very straightforward. So I want to apply for a visitor visa, so I selected that option. Next question comes, why do you need a visa? So there are multiple questions. Now you may need to answer those questions according to your situation, but in most cases when a person is applying for their family members to visit Canada, then we need to select the option to visit my spouse, common law partner, step dependent child, parent, step parent, who is a permanent resident of Canada, right? So if you are a PR, then you need to select this option. But in case you are applying for your parents or your family member when you are on a work permit, then you would be selecting the other option which says that you are applying as a temporary worker. So for now I select the option that you are a PR here. Okay, now the next question come guys, tell us more about what you will do in Canada. This is very important question guys. Most people when they start their application, they do not provide the sufficient information. So in this question you are going to provide the necessary information that what you will be doing in Canada. Give them a dates like from this month to this month we will be in Canada and what you will be doing, but there is a limit of the maximum character which is 500, so make sure that you write within those character limit. Now the next question, when will you enter Canada? So you need to select the dates accordingly. You can give any tentative dates that when you would be coming and when you would be returning back to your home country guys. So here is a tip guys, if you are on the work permit and applying for the visitor visa for your parents, family or the friends, then you need to make sure that your work permit is at least valid for more than 6 months. Otherwise what will happen if you apply for any of your family member, friends or family, right, then and your visa is expiring within 6 months, then the chances are that IRCC will reject the visitor visa for those applicants, because they will consider that when they are in Canada you will lose your status and you will have to go back to your home country. So when you continue, it is asking for the travel document information of the applicant. So you need to provide information which should match with your passport. So surname, given name, date of birth, all these information should match as per your passport only. Now the next question is asking for the gender which you are going to select as per your situation. Now first here let's just select some date of birth. So I'm just using any date. It is not my information guys. So I just fill up the information and click on save and continue. So the next question is type of travel document. So what document you are using? So it is definitely passport. Kind of passport, I'm selecting regular. Then it is asking for the country who issued your passport. So here I'm selecting India. You may need to select some other countries if you are a citizen of different country other than India. Now your nationality, again for me it is India. What is your passport or travel document number? You need to provide your document number, like whatever it is mentioned under your passport. So here I am just giving my passport number. Now date of issue of passport or travel document. Now you would be giving your date of issue, and then next comes date of expiry. So you would be selecting those dates from the drop down here. Now after entering the date of expiry of your passport, you come down and now you need to answer some of the question. The first question, are you a lawful permanent resident of the US? I'm saying no. It can be yes in your case. Have you held a Canadian visa in the past 10 years? I'm saying no, but it may be again yes for your case. Do you currently hold a valid US non-immigrant visa? No for me. Are you traveling to Canada by air? Yes. Then you click on save and continue. Now you need to select the country or territory where you were born. So I'm saying India. Then city or town where you were born, I say Delhi. And then are you citizen of more than one country? I say no. Now which country or the territory you were a citizen of? Now I have to select India here. Now I'm saying I'm a citizen of this country since birth. Okay, so national identity document. Now if you are in India, you may have the Aadhaar card. So Aadhaar card is a national identity document. You can say yes, and then you can provide the Aadhaar card number. You can just provide the issue date, which you will only find in the Aadhaar card, which is usually the bigger page, not the plastic card. Okay, so you should have that the form, or you can download the Aadhaar card from the Aadhaar app. There only you will see the issue date. So in my case, I'm just saying yes for now and then giving all the information. Now if you do not have the Aadhaar card, you can either use the passport or you can say no to this question. So it is just the optional because you already have the passport. So I can click save and continue. So the next question, names used in the past. Have you used another name in the past? So no. You may say yes if your name changed after marriage. Then you can say yes and then provide the information. But then I click save and continue. Now contact information of the applicant, countries or the territories of residence. So since I'm applying this visa from India, I'm saying India, and then I'm providing my address. It can be my address as per the passport, or it can be my current mailing address. Now I say, is your mailing address same as your residential address? I say yes. Then countries or territories of residence. Now here you need to enter all the countries wherever you have lived for more than 6 months in the last 5 years. So you would be adding the countries, and then if you have lived for multiple countries, then you need to provide all the information. For now, I'm saying, I have not lived in any other country for the last 5 years. So I'm just saying India, and I'm saying my status was as a citizen. So I'm giving here some dates, considering the last 5 years I need to cover. So I'm saying 2020 and January 1st, and then I save it here. Okay. Then I click on save and continue. I think it is giving me some error. Let me just check it again. So we need to provide the countries for the last 5 years where we have lived for more than 6 months. So let's go a little bit down here and then see what is the status. I think we need to enter the information under 2. Okay, I have just selected that it is my current address where I'm living, so I think it is not required. So I just click save and continue. Now it is asking for biometrics. So if you have given the biometrics in last 10 years, you're saying yes, but for me I'm applying for the first time, I'm saying no for now. But if you have given earlier, then you can say yes, and then you have an option if you want to give it again. Now the next question comes, who is inviting you? So now here this is very important, guys. Who is inviting you? So since you are applying for a visitor visa and you are being invited by a friend or a family member who is in Canada already, you need to provide their details as per the passport, their surname, their given name, and the relationship to you. You need to select if it is a family member. Now you would be selecting their address in Canada, like where they are currently living. So you would be providing here their complete address. Now you can select the address using the search box here, or if you want, you can manually input their address. So once you provide their address, you would be simply providing their phone number. So here the phone number you can provide either a residence phone number, cellular, or the other number. So I'm selecting cellular, and then Canada or the US number. So we need to provide the Canadian number. So I'm giving here a Canadian number. It can be it can be a mobile number, or it can be a home number. Now email address, that email address should be of the person who is inviting you, right? So you need to provide their email address, and then the next question you see here, has someone else also invited you? So if you are being invited by the multiple people, you have to say yes and then provide their information. Now I just go and click continue. Now how much money do you have for a stay in Canada? Guys, this is going to be again very important question, because whatever money you bring to Canada, you need to provide the proof of funds letter to IRCC when you submit your application. Now you need to provide at least 4 months of the bank statement, and you need to make sure that whatever amount you are showing, it should be in your account. If it may be your salary, or if someone has given you that money, then you need to make sure that you provide a gift letter. Now considering your parents has transferred some money in your account, which is you are using to show the funds to the IRCC. Now you need to take a gift receipt from them, and then attach their bank statement and their one of the government issued ID in your list of the documents then when you submit your application. Also sometimes what happens, like when we file a visitor visa for our parents and the parents are dependent on us, so we show them we are actually giving them the money for their stay in Canada. So in that case, what we need to do that the person who is inviting, or the person whoever is giving the money, so they need to provide their proof of funds, like they need to provide their bank statement, their other documents which can show that when the person visit Canada, they can take care of their expenses in any form, like it can be travel expenses, it can be lodging, it can be accommodation, or the food, or any kind of medical related expenses they will take care. So the person whoever is giving you the money, they need to provide their account detail, their bank statement, and other required documents in order to support your application. So the next part is about education, work, and other activities. So post-secondary education history, if you have any post-secondary education, then you need to select yes and provide all the information such as name of the school or institution. So for now I'm just giving the name of a school as ABC school, just to showing you. And then we need to select the start date and the end date. So I'm selecting the start year and then start month. Then I would be giving details under the end year and the end month, like when the education was, when the bachelor degree was completed. So I need to provide that information. So I've just selected like starting in 1978 to 1980. Now select the level of study. Okay, let's change it to 1981. So we can show like 3-year degree. So I would be looking here for the bachelor degree, like university bachelor degree. So let's select that option. Here it says university bachelor degree. So field of study, now I am selecting as a business or commerce. Now it would be, as per your need, whatever parents or your friends or family have done this, so you need to select accordingly. Now you need to provide the address of the college, and then you just save it. Now if you have any other post master degree, then you need to include it, but if not, then you are just fine with the bachelor degree. Now the next question comes, did you serve in any military, or the civil defense? We are going to say no. Now it is asking for the work. Now you need to provide all the work experience for the last 10 years here. So again, this is going to be important. Now the situation may be differ as per the person who is applying. If you are applying for your parents and your your father is retired, or he is still working, so accordingly you need to provide the information. If he holds a business, then you need to provide the information for the last 10 years. In case of the business, you may need to provide many other information, but if your father or your parents are working in a company, in a government job or any other private company, then you just have to provide the little bit of information, their job title, what is the company name, what is their main duties of the job. You just have to provide. It is not something, if your parents are having a business, you can just mention what kind of business and what they sell and all. You can provide that initial information, and the address where, if he is working or if they own the business, then your business address should come here. So after providing all this information, I'm just going to save this information. Now I have provided all the information for the employment for last 10 years. Okay, so I'm getting this error. I think I missed some details when adding my details for the employment. Okay, I believe I have not provided the correct information for the last complete 10 years. So let's just go to the employment. If you see here, from and to, the from I mentioned 2000, and the to date I mentioned 2023. So I think for the last year I did not provide information, so I can simply edit it and then I update the dates to 2025 and then April, and then I save the information. Now that issue will be gone. Now I click on save and continue. Now I did not see that information at all. Okay, so the next question is travel history. So you need to provide the travel history for the last 5 years. Now this is going to be very important. Now there is some difference, right? If you are applying visitor visa for your parents, or your parents are applying by themselves, then it may be something that you can just avoid that. If you have not traveled in any country, then you can still get the visa. But when you are inviting your brother, sister, your friends, or if they are applying by themselves, saying that you are inviting them, in that scenario IRCC will consider if you have traveled in the last 5 years. So if you are providing, if you are showing that you have traveled in few countries near to your home country, like in case of India, if you have traveled to Singapore, Dubai, or any other European countries, then IRCC will take it as a positive. It will consider that you usually often visit the different countries, you love to travel, then it would be easy for them to issue the visa. Otherwise they may say you have many countries near to your home country, why do you want to come to Canada when Canada has the extreme weather condition? So why do you want to visit only Canada, right? So the chances would be less if you have not traveled in any other countries. So that's why people suggest you make your travel history before applying for the Canadian visitor visa, guys. So this is about the adding your travel history. Now there's some question, have you ever stayed in Canada beyond the validity? You are going to say no, and then some other question you are going to say no and continue. Now some question comes for the security related. Have you ever committed any crime? You are going to say no. Now you have to just read those questions very carefully. It may be possible if you have been either any of the situation, you need to explain very well. Otherwise you are going to say no to these questions and then save and continue. Then there would be some more question for the same security related, so you would be selecting those questions again depending on your own situation. So I'm selecting no for now, and then I just click on continue, save and continue. Then I come to the next page. So when I click here, it says the medical background question. Have you had a medical exam performed by an IRCC? So you're going to say no. So there was no medical exam in the last 12 months. So guys, when we apply for this visitor visa, especially for the parents, IRCC may come back and say you need to get the medical test done for your parents, or it may be even for your younger brother, sister or sibling. So it always possible, but it is not required. Okay, so now when you save and continue, there's some more question related to medical background, so you need to answer as per your current situation. And then again, there's some more question coming for the medical backgrounds. So are you currently receiving dialysis? You need to answer the question according to your situation. And then once you enter all that information, all those questions, you just click on save and continue. So the last information, not the last, I mean it is the few more information left about the family. So it is asking, are you married or not? If you're applying for your sibling who are not married, you're going to say single. But if the person is married, then they need to select married and provide the date of marriage and the name of the spouse. So you would be providing the surname, given name, and their date of birth, then the country or territory of their residence, and the address. So for the address, it may be same as your residential address. You would be just saying that they're living at your address. So here I'm selecting country as India, as I selected for the primary applicant. Now the present occupation, I'm just saying homemaker. Now if you are applying for some other if your spouse, then you can select either their occupation and then will this address same as yours? I say yes. Will your spouse or common law partner accompany you to Canada? I say yes, because I'm applying for more than one person. Now, do you have any biological child? Now if the person who is applying for a visa, they have a child, you need to provide all the information about them. Okay, so now if we are applying the visitor visa for the parents, then they need to provide all the information about their kids. It may be you or someone else, whoever they have. If they have multiple kids, they need to provide all the information. So try to put all of their kids information, their relationship, their country of birth. It may be different if the person has lived in multiple countries. Now does this child have a same address as you? Now if the person is married, it may have a different address, so you need to provide accordingly. And the present address, if the person is in Canada, you're saying you're giving the address of Canada. So in my case, suppose I'm applying the visitor visa for my parents, then I'm giving my information, considering I'm a kid for them, and then I'm giving my information, and I will also provide the information for my other sibling who are living in the different countries or who are living in India. So I would be providing their information as well. So after providing all the information, I just click on save. Now there would be a question like, if this child is not in Canada, will they accompany you to Canada? So if they are not traveling with you, so you are going to say no and then click save, right? So now in the same way, you need to provide the information for other kids as well. If they have the children more than one, so you need to provide all the information. Once all the information is saved and filled, then you're just going to click save and continue. So the next part is, it is asking about your parents. Now if you are applying this visitor visa application for your parents, now I am filling the information about my father at present. So what I'm going to provide the information, I would be providing the father and mother for my father, so it would be my grandparents. So I need to fill up the information for my grandfather first, I would need to provide their date of birth and their address and their details like country or territory of birth. I need to provide all that information. Then I would need to select their present occupation. So here I can say retired, or I can say home maker or something I can mention. Now does this parent have the same address as you? I say yes. Now will this parent come with you to Canada? I say no, and then save it. Now I can add my grandmother as well, so I just give her surname and the given name. Relationship, I can select mother. Now date of birth and other details. Now here you may say I am filling the information about my grandparents, so why I'm selecting mother? It should be grandmother, right? But since I said we are filing this application considering we are doing our own application, so in my case I'm saying IRCC that my father is applying for this application. So in that case, my father is providing the information about their parents. So that is the reason I'm just selecting mother and father, and then I click save and continue. Now it is asking for language of the applicant. Now again, I'm selecting here English, but I actually need to select the mother tongue here. So mother tongue, definitely in my case it is Hindi, so I'm just going to select Hindi. Now the next question, can you communicate in English and or French? So when my father can't communicate in English or French, I'm saying neither. It is not important that they should communicate in either of the language. Now which language you want the IRCC to contact you? The only option is English or French, so I select English. Now email address of the applicant. Now you need to provide the applicant email address. It may be possible that your father or mother does not have any email address. You can enter here your own email address. That is fine. There is no issue in that. You can provide your own email address in both the applicant, and then save and continue. Next question is telephone number. So this is going to be the applicant telephone number. I'm selecting here cellular, and then I'm saying selecting the country as other, because I need to provide the India phone number, right, for my father and mother, right? So I'm just giving the dial code 91 in the phone number. Then I click save and continue. Then here come the final summary information. So guys, again, this is going to be very important, and whenever you submit any kind of application, it may be visitor visa, it may be express entry, it may be super visa, or any work permit or anything, always after filling the information you come to this summary page, and then guys, give additional 5 to 10 points to verify all the information are correct. Double check. You can take help from your from your spouse or anybody in your household. Show them the information if you find sometimes when we see the application we do not see the mistakes, so some other person see, they find the mistakes. So let's take help from someone else, and then verify the information, and then click save and continue. Then next page comes for the documents you would require. So you need to attach the national identity document, because I selected yes, I have the national identity document. So it is asking to upload the copy of your national identity document, guys. So that is, for me, it is the copy of the Aadhaar card. So the proof of funds, again, this is going to be very important document that you need to prepare well in advance. Now there is a situation. If you are applying the visitor visa for your friends, for your family, or your parents, and they are sponsoring themselves, in that scenario they need to attach bank statement for the last 4 months, and you need to make sure that that amount whatever they have shown in the application, that should be their own amount. Now in case they have received funds from someone, now they may need to provide some additional documentation, such as the gift receipt or a bank statement from them, and then government issued photo ID. So you can make a PDF and then attach with the proof of funds letter, and then explain that you received the funds from someone and that amount is not returnable, so they would not need to return that amount. So that would be acceptable by the IRCC, guys. Now the second situation come, if you are sponsoring your parents or your sibling or your friends, then you would need to provide your own bank statement. And if you're living in Canada, then you can provide any of the Canadian bank statement for the last 4 months. If you're working, you can provide your job offer. If your spouse is working and you are showing the funds from for your spouse and for yourself combining, then you may need to attach a consent letter from your spouse saying that you have the full access to the spouse funds, and then showing that you both are actually inviting to your parents or family or member, any of the sibling or the friends. Then IRCC will have more clear document where they can understand that you are sponsoring your family, friends, and you are going to take care of their expenses, and you have enough funds in your bank account, you have a valid job, your job is secure, even your wife, your spouse is working, then you are providing their consent that you have the access to their funds. So it would be very good that you're providing as many as information in the proof of funds letter, just to show that you have enough funds to support your visitors when they visit you in Canada. After this proof of funds letter, the next document is the marriage certificate. You need to attach your marriage certificate. Now the next document is the optional document. it is the consent personal information. So it is basically the complete this form only if you authorize IRCC and the CBSA to release information from your case to someone other than yourself. The next is the employer letter. Since we are applying, this is for the visitor visa, we don't need to provide any employer letter, guys. Okay, now the next comes is the additional document. So here you can provide any other information which you feel that you should which will help you to get the visitor visa easily. So you can just prepare a Word document explaining everything and then attach it here. Now you just click the save and continue, and then you need to consent. Did you consent to be contacted by CIC? It's always yes, and then select, then give your surname, just enter your surname here, whatever the applicant surname, and then applicant given name as per the passport, and then you just click save and continue, guys. Now if you see here, the applicant status showing is complete. Now since we said like we are submitting this application for more than one person, so I need to add a member and then do the same for the other applicant, and then once that is complete, I check this box and click save and continue. Okay, I'm not doing now adding a member because it will take lots of time again. So I'm just click save and continue here. Now it is asking like who would be the primary applicant if you have created the application for 2 people. So in my case right now I just fill the information for 1 person, so it is showing that that is only primary applicant, and then I just keep clicking on save and continue, and then it will take me to the next page. So here if you come, it is now come to the final page, which is the fees, right? Now it is showing $85, which is the biometrics fees, and the $100 for your visitor visa fees. So total is $185. When you click save and continue, you need to provide your email, phone number, your card details, and then your billing details, and then check out and make the payment, guys. After payment is done, you would be considered that you have submitted your application, and you will get the acknowledgement from IRCC saying that they have received your application. For now I'm not making any payment because this is just to show you that how we can submit a visitor visa application. So now I will share some tips with you guys. So here are some important tips to avoid visa rejection, especially when you are inviting parents, relatives or friends to Canada. First of all, the invitation letter. So make sure to give them a well written invitation letter. It should include your guest full name, age, relationship with you, length of stay, and your full address in Canada. Mention that they will also visit popular tourist places near your city. Include your copy of PR card, work permit along with this letter. If you're married, include a consent letter from your spouse confirming they are also inviting them. Also mention in the letter whether you are covering their stay, food and travel, or if they will take care of their own expenses. If you are on the work permit, make sure it's valid for at least 6 months beyond their planned arrival date. The next is proof of funds letter. Now if you are sponsoring them, add your 4 months bank statement, job offer letter, recent payslip and similar documents from your spouse if applicable. Also include a consent letter from your spouse that you have full access to their funds. If your guests are sponsoring themselves fully or partially, they should include their bank statement, income proof and any financial document from their side. Next is strong home ties. No matter who is sponsoring, your guest must show a strong reason to return home. This could be proof of property such as property valuation document, job, family responsibility or unmarried children back home. Even simple documents showing saving or assets in their home country can help. In my next video, I will show you how to prepare an invitation letter and a proof of funds letter step by step. But if you need a sample letter before that, just leave a comment with your request and your email address. I will send it directly to you. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a like, and if you are visiting the channel for the first time or you have not subscribed yet, do subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss any important updates. Thanks a lot for watching.